Howdy, howdy, my fellow gamers, and welcome to episode who the fuck knows, because we launched out of order last week anyways. This will be 4, because we did 2 out of order, 3 will be 2. So this would be 4. And Kane has taken over my pillows. My name is Freak, as always, joined by my co-host Doom and the Australian bitch boy, Chrono. Even though it says Wolf. Whoopsie daisy. Haha. Well, I guess, I guess
to be fair,
be...
Well, I was gonna say, to be fair, the last one that we did, we said that he was dead. Well, still dead, because he's been dead for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so,
we had a beautiful ceremony and everything, and... Yeah, Chrono's dead. Yeah, we,
Tears were shed.
Yeah. And
well, hold on. I've got to keep playing the part, don't I?
Yeah, just go away.
I'll glue my eyelids shut and then see how that works.
Can you glue your fucking mouth shut?
I won't.
No, don't do that, because...
How are we going to do the podcast?
Yeah.
You just sit there and look pretty.
Yeah, but you can't even do that right.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Ooh, that's spicy. And
Spicy.
That's it. I'm gonna do the whole podcast facing the other way.
You know what else is spicy? Some barbecued koala.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, you see
look at his face. Look at his face. No, I'm actually like really upset and devastated about how fucked Australia is right now, because just I think the article is 500 million animals killed in the fires.
Yeah, well,
kangaroos, koalas. Fuck the snakes. I don't care about that. But you know, the cute things, the awesome things down there, it's just devastating. And I'm seeing all these videos. But Steve Irwin's family and their zoo are kicking ass trying to help. I think they just took in like 95,000 injured animals and are working on nursing them back to health. So mad shout out to them. They've got a huge animal
hospital there, and they've got a bunch of other ones throughout the country too. But there's also a lot of different people over like Facebook and different groups and stuff like that raising money. And I saw someone the other day had raised $15 million from just taking in people who were giving donations and stuff to relief funds and shit. And it's crazy how much help is actually going on, but only in the last month. Like, this shit's been going on for like 6 months, these bushfires and all that
I'm
sort
really
of stuff.
just hearing about it
And
the last couple weeks.
Exactly. It's been going on for ages. Like, we've lost towns, we've lost, wildlife,
Yeah, but towns and people are replaceable. Animals, not as much.
Yeah.
Animals were getting hurt still. Like, when that koala and that was saved by that woman, those bushfires happened like 3 weeks beforehand. They were still going on. Like, we are literally in a state of emergency because they are not stopping. They just keep going, getting worse, and there's actually a conspiracy behind it, saying that it's because
George Bush did it. Fucking knew it.
Yep, fuck bastard, because George Bush fire.
There it is.
Yep. Yeah. See, he wasn't happy with just 9/11, so he went down to the land down under, and conspiracies.
Well, legitimately, there is a conspiracy that because if you look at the map of Australia on one side, like the rest of it's sort of on fire too, but it's definitely this part of it that is worse. Where the fires are leading, there's future plans for a high-speed train rail line, similar to like, bullet trains and stuff that they've got in Japan and stuff like that. But in order for them to make it, they would have had to have taken down a lot of wildlife, a lot of homes and stuff. But because these people were in sort of like areas which are like small towns and like, we refuse this, we don't want this, they believe that these bushfires were man-made on purpose. That way they can wipe these areas out without any trouble, and then they can just clear it up, build the line.
But then wouldn't like insurance come in? Like, those people technically still own that land.
Yeah, so there is like gray areas to it. But like, I can't always believe conspiracies. It's just I like to hear them because I'm like, that is an interesting...
I mean, that one sounds more viable than some of the other fucking conspiracies we've heard, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about, like, how Australia does their insurance or anything like that. I don't know if there's, the difference. But, like, for example, if you have a total loss on something, they'll just give you the money of what your land and what everything was worth. And like, oh, all right, by the way, go ahead. Here's the money of what you had and what it was worth. Here it is. Go somewhere else now. They'll deem it like uninhabitable because of the fires and all that shit.
That exactly. There you go. Similar. That is pretty similar.
So if it's an
honestly,
area where they're like, hey, this is not viable for life anymore due to these brush fires or X, Y, or Z, they'll say it is no longer inhabitable, but we can put a structure there that doesn't contain life, i.e., that train. What's going to happen if that goes down? Okay, it catches fire. Train stops for how long? Boom, make repairs. It's back up and running.
Exactly. Because the thing is that because of the fires, with it being uninhabitable, they would tear down all the burnt trees, everything, so that way there is no like brush near the train. Probably even try and make it more of like a well, depending on where they lay the tracks, they'll probably try and make it so it's more open instead of it being very close to bush. That way there are no issues in the future. But again, if this is the case that they did do this on purpose, there wouldn't be an issue anyway because they caused it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know that they did it anyway. That'll never come out.
No, you never find out those things. Any conspiracy that exists, no matter how viable, no matter how true, they'll never be revealed because no one wants to know the truth, and that's just how things work. And like
Illuminati confirmed.
Honestly, like to a degree, like I'm ignorant to certain things just because I don't want to know. But in certain
Ignorance
cases,
is bliss sometimes.
It is. It honestly
really is.
Like I can relax knowing that I don't have to worry about, the fact that Beyonce is the leader of the Illuminati, or that the FBI man on my phone listens to everything I say. My God, that has been creepy. I don't know if you guys ever get that, but I will literally talk about something with like Harley or someone, and then start getting emails or Facebook ads for the thing I just spoke about. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because Harley and I think of going on a keto diet because, it's an easy way to lose weight. My friend did it, and he lost 16 kilograms in about 6 weeks.
I'm interested in it. I just don't feel like paying the $100 that you got to do or whatever.
You don't have to pay for it.
You don't have to pay for anything with keto.
Yeah, no, he literally just bought all the food that you need.
Keto is essentially Atkins, just better. It's like no carbs. It's like you have a net carb worth. So, for example, let's say your carb intake for the week is 26 overall grams. You have to spread it out through that week, and you can only net that amount. And you have to basically eat everything else, your greens, your meats, veg, all that kind of stuff. That's the whole point. Is it's no carbs or low carbs. Well, that's your problem. And beer. Yeah, beer.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about that. Emails coming through, like, join our keto diet plan, and getting stuff on Facebook. And it's like, it's such an obscure thing. Not everyone is going to be talking about it. Why did I just get emails from it? And for some reason, like, it's the shit that should go to junk mail, but it's going to my main inbox.
No, I got shit like that, too, because they're like, we noticed that you looked at guitars on Amazon. Check out these guitars. And I'm like, no thanks. And it'll be like in my YouTube ads and everything. Like the Sweetwater ads that are coming on are personally customized to what I was looking at. Like I was like, that's the fucking guitar I was looking at. That's the audio interface. Like it's really fucking weird.
That's also the cookies too that go off the websites. But the funnier part is like I was telling you guys, before I got injured, I planned on doing something with my girlfriend. And I didn't even look on my phone or anything for what I was looking for. And long story short, like, same thing. I was getting, like, messages on my phone through certain, what's it called, ring companies and all that kind of stuff. Like, I didn't even look this stuff up. I went into stores, and it's coming towards me. What the fuck?
Yeah. At that point, you're like, can you also pay for the reception and the wedding?
Like, can you just fucking, like, enable cookies on life, apparently?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
like I'm gonna walk into Olive Garden and they're gonna be like, "Here's your spaghetti."
Oh, well, that's the case.
Just kidding. I would not eat Olive Garden spaghetti. It's not good.
It's sus. I hate that stuff. Like, I'm so fearful of it because I'm like, can he see me or can he only hear me? Like, if I'm doing some deeds, is he filming it? Am I somewhere on the internet? Am I like in the dark web of like, chubby Aussie men bashing it out?
It's probably just like that episode of South Park.
Actually, I'm going to look that up on Pornhub, and I want to see if you're there.
I'm on Pornhub. Fuck it.
Yeah, he is.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Wait, do you mean you've got an account, or you actually post things?
I have a video on Pornhub.
It's not porn, though, is it? It's one of those things.
Well, depends on what you're...
Yeah, it depends on what you're into.
What's your spot?
Okay, so you're pulling off some fucking what's that chick's name? Fucking bathwater chick.
Oh,
Delphine. Doing some Belle
yeah.
Delphine shit. Hold on. I'm looking up right now.
Oh,
FBI
God.
man, stop looking.
He's
Stop
on.
looking.
He's on
Kids are-
Pornhub on the podcast. Thank
Yep.
God I don't have like his
Because I gotta
desktop
say-
audio enabled. Like imagine just the audio only version of this. We're talking just.
Nah, that's just me. That's just me. I just got too excited. I'm like, oh, fuck.
but
So I tried typing up freak OTRT, and I've got lesbian freak drink up. So.
oh,
I think that's-
Okay.
I don't think that's it.
That's definitely not it. Did you
Wait,
put the
am
underscore
I
in
looking
there?
up freak? Yeah, I did. Freak underscore OTRT. So it just keeps going freak OTT.
freak out,
Oh, wait.
freak out.
Freak out! Oh, here we go. No.
Hold
What's
on,
the
don't you
one
still have the
again?
link? Don't you still have the link from when it was clipped?
It's in the Discord, so I'd have to close out of this call and go.
Ah,
That's a pain. Yeah, no, I'm not finding anything. I'm finding a lot of, like, normal porn.
normal
But-
porn.
Normal porn for normal people. That's what I'm saying.
I just
Still
saw
think
it, and then it got like shoved down like 1,000 videos, and I just don't feel like scrolling through all this. I do have a link to it. I'll send it to you after this. Let me go ahead and clear my history now, because I swear to God, I wasn't actually watching. But
It's
so
okay
yeah,
if you are. It's okay if you are.
that's the but I'm still not gonna do it on my main PC. That's what I have a phone for. Okay, this is for streaming
exactly.
only.
See,
This is for
I play a
Switch.
dangerous game. I play a dangerous game. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I need the bigger screen. I want to be like, I want to be sitting.
I want to
in a
be
comfortable spot with my
there.
bigger screen. I want to be there. And I'm like, that was a good one. I'm adding that to my bookmarks. And literally, for the longest time, my bookmarks were filled of like Reddit Rule 34 NSFW posts and
Oh,
then
Jesus
different.
Christ.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just immediately say Rule 34. I meant to just say like general sort of things, but that is one of them.
Back
And
on
then,
my
like,
old
all these
laptop,
other
I
ones,
did the
and
same
then-
shit.
And then my girlfriend got on my computer, and she goes to type stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck, what's she gonna type?
You're gonna wait for the autocomplete to just fuck you over.
Yeah. So she typed up.
Where's
I
the
think it was
nearest
something-
Big Lots? Big booty bitches. Shit.
Big booty bitch. Yeah. I think she was honestly just searching up something like very generic. It was sort of like, what time does the Macca's open at this hour? McDonald's, Macca's. Sorry, I should probably clarify. And it wasn't that anything showed up in the search results. My homepage shows the most recent.
Yeah.
And like at the front, she was like, "What's NSFW Snapchat sluts?" I'm like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit!" And so I had to wipe it all. And then the other day, I left the laptop back at her place when we were here, and
Oh, shit.
her mum had to log on to my computer to find something. And I'm like, "This is where I die. This is where I fucking died. Did I clear my cache? Did I clear my history? I don't fucking remember. Am I gonna be a dead body tomorrow? Who knows? Find out in the podcast." Apparently, you already had a memorial for me, so we're good. And luckily, nothing really came of it. But I play a dangerous game. I've got folders on there that are called
Cat and
things that, like, I've literally got a folder which is just anime sort of stuff.
You
But
can call it
you
hentai.
go
It's
deep
okay.
enough-
We know what it is.
Yeah, and it's called like ecchi gaizu or something. I didn't know what Japanese was back then. I just liked watching it. So I called it something like that. I'm like, no one will ever figure that out. And it wasn't even like one of those secret folders, where you like create a folder and then within that folder you make an invisible folder and hide it. And the only way that you can do it is with a password or whatnot. I literally just had it all there. You click it and it's there. It's like
I had two folders. I had a porn folder and a not porn folder. And I put my
And it was
porn
in the not
into the
porn.
not porn folder.
yeah. That's what it is. I remember doing back in I don't know if I can talk about that because I was I don't know, that's a bit of a gray area.
Nobody else had access to my laptop anyways, though, because my password was 47 characters long.
Jesus Christ!
Well, because it was 47 characters, because originally it was just 9 characters, and my sister fucking figured it out and hacked it. So then I changed it to 13 characters, and the bitch hacked it again. Like, my sister hacked my shit, like, 5 times, until I was like, you know what? We're adding more shit.
So you mean to tell me I'm gonna have to like message your sister and ask her like how the fuck this all went down? I need confirmation of this.
Yeah, because she used to hack my Facebook and shit all the time, too.
I think it just means you suck.
I was dating a girl this was back in high school, and she hacked into it and just posted a status that said, "I fucking hate so-and-so's name." And I'm just getting angry text messages, and I was like, what the fuck? We were on vacation in Alaska, so I was like, what the literal fuck? How? What? And
She's a devil.
Oh, dude, my sister's a cunt.
Oh my god.
I love
see
her.
where you get
Don't
it
get me
from.
wrong. I love
Where
her.
you get it from?
But my sister has stabbed me in the eye with a stick that was on fire.
I like her.
She has literally.
Wait, why were you playing Rust? Why were you playing Rust?
we went camping a lot. Okay, we grew up in the mountains. And fucking, she was playing with fire, and she just turned around and with the stick, and it went in my eye. And it had embers on the end. I cried like a bitch. I was terrified I was gonna go blind. It hurt. We were playing mini golf one time, and I was kicking her ass. So she just literally turns around, picks up the golf club, and brains me.
Oh god.
My sister is the fucking devil, dude.
Actually, here's a little off-topic one. Since you're talking about getting injured and stuff, what is like the worst injury each of you have ever gotten?
Dropping a keg on my as a child.
As a child.
Child.
Because I honestly, I'm gonna preface this by saying I want to see if you can top what I did as a child. I've got 2 injuries that I feel like I can top both of you with whatever you got. So let's hear this.
Freak, you go first because I've got 2 good ones. One is like really good, and then the other one is like you can't top it because it's the dumbest thing you could ever think of doing.
I mean, the technical worst one that I've gotten, even though I don't remember it because I was 2, was I grabbed onto my dog's tail, and my dog did not like that.
Oh no.
And started spinning, trying to get me off. And I would not let go. So I'm at the point where, like, my feet are off the ground, and I'm fucking about to get launched into space. And finally, I slip off and fly headfirst into the edge of my brick fireplace and just completely, like, cut open my head.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
also explains a lot.
Yeah. I've still got the scar. I had to go get stitches.
Fucking where? I've worked with you for fucking years. I've never seen a scar on your head.
I've got the scar over. You can actually kind of see it right there in the light a bit.
I can see it. Yeah.
I got the scar above my eyebrow. And my dad was freaking out because it was like not the first time that he had watched me by himself, but one of them. And he's like, "Great, fucking great." So I don't really remember that one, but that's the technical worst one because I had stitches and all that. And then I had some gnarly fucking skateboarding accidents, but that's about it.
Yeah, for me, because I couldn't get out much as a kid, because like of my heart condition and shit, so I didn't.
And
really
nobody liked you, but
sports or anything. Yeah, too. It's because I always use it as an excuse. It's like, what do you mean you can't play table tennis? I got a heart condition. I can't play table tennis. It's like,
God, you were one of those bitches.
Do anything. No, like,
yo, table tennis gets competitive, okay? I get real fucking.
Honestly,
I start sweating. I get out of breath because I'm like, you're going fucking down, bitch, and I'll go for like 3 hours.
No, that's because you're out of shape. That's why you sweat and you're out of breath.
Round is a shape. Thank you.
Well, sure, you're voluptuous.
Voluptuous body. So.
Oh, look at those Pokeballs!
Yeah, let me just play with my balls on stream, even though this isn't streamed. This is podcast. Sorry, nobody will watch this.
1 second.
No,
I'm
fucking
gonna
tell
need
us your
you
story.
to repeat. I'm gonna need you to repeat that.
Yeah, do you like when I play with my balls on podcast?
Oh fuck! Am I gonna be able to? Hold on. I
just repeated it. I'm not doing it again. You got the once.
3rd time's a charm.
I said it twice on. Worst case, re-download the podcast after it gets uploaded in a month.
Nah, sorry, I missed it that time. You literally went blank. I don't know what you said. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I said potatoes, padildos.
Padildo.
What are you playing with there, freak? What are you?
I'm playing with my beanie.
Fuck, you're a fucking cunt. Anyway, so because I didn't get out much except for like when I was really young, I didn't really sustain as many injuries. I've got 3. 2 of them are really quick. One of them is the main one.
I love how he said he had 2 and now he's got 3. He's evolving.
Sorry, it's because I remembered this one because you talked about like splitting your head open. And when I was a kid, we had a Blockbuster really local to me, and so we went there and we got a few movies and stuff like that. And I saw that they had Doom 3 for PC for like $10, and I was like, fuck yeah, I want some Doom 3. I was like maybe 11 or something, and I was like, yeah, Doom 3, let's get it. Let's get it. And so I grabbed it, and then
Sounds
we
like spaghetti.
And I was installing it on the computer, and then I went down the hallway and started talking to my mum, and then I heard it went ding, like it finished, and I was like, oh fuck! So I ran down the hallway, flipped, and cracked my head open on the corner of the wall where it like divides, and just sort of like I started like pissing blood. Like I hit my head, and I was like, oh, that hurt. I wonder if I'm bleeding. I looked, saw I was bleeding, broke into tears, and I'm like, am I gonna die? Because I had no concept of what death was.
I remember the first time I had the flu, I asked my parents if I was dying.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
And they were like, we hope so.
I was like,
Yeah.
I do too.
And so I didn't have to get stitches, luckily, but that was a bad one. And then the next one was my nephew. He's a day older than me. Perplexing, I know. But we were playing Guitar Hero one day, and he was hogging it, and I was getting really pissed off. I'm like, look, I want to play, and he's like, I'm just getting really good at it. I just want to keep going. I'm like, oh fuck. And then my brother was like, oh, lunch is ready. Come on, guys. And I'm like, all right, look, I'm heading out. Come along. And he was like, I'm just gonna finish this. And I'm like, no, you gotta have lunch. And he's like, no, I'm playing Guitar Hero. So I turned off the PlayStation halfway through the song. I don't know if you've ever been hit with a Guitar Hero guitar.
Yeah,
Don't fucking tickle.
they suck.
I got sucked in the back of the head, and I'm like, ew. Oh, it hurts so much. Because he's a little ADHD too, so
I just don't know how that would work out.
turning off a console for an ADHD kid, you're gonna get hurt. But the big one, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story. But it wasn't when I was a kid, it was when I was a teenager, so it's a little bit older. But that is probably worse because I was older when I did it. I had an obsession with putting toilet paper in the toilet and then getting a match to it and letting it light up. And then when it got a bit higher, I'd flush it away and go, and like the embers would like puff out. I'm like,
So you're the reason Australia has so many fucking bushfires.
yeah,
Confirm.
fire.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I love lighting shit on fire too, but
In the
Yeah.
fucking toilet. God
Yeah,
damn.
no, literally. It's because in my mind, I'm like, okay, what's the safest place you could be? With water. So if I do it in the toilet and then flush it away, I'm safe. And then I started to get a bit more with it. I'd add more toilet paper, and then one day I was like, okay,
and then
I'm gonna add a little bit
feces
of
and,
I'm gonna add a bit of aerosol to it and drop a match, and I went, oh, that was really cool. So the next time I did it, I actually finished having a shit. I stood up and I'm like, all right, let's do it again. And I grabbed my aerosol can and went. And then dropped the match. And before I even dropped the match, the entire room was engulfed in flames. The entire toilet just went, because we had one of those ventilation fans, so when
Yeah.
I was on fire for I think like 2 seconds. It just went. My first reaction was to just run to the shower and get in there. I burned off all my eyelashes. My eyebrows were like stuck rough. The front of my hair, it still hasn't grown back, but this area here is literally just rough hairs because of it. Because it just burnt it to the core. And I'm like, I'm in the shower, like washing my hair, and I'm like, I smell like burning shit for 3 days.
Burning
Not even a
shit.
joke. It was the worst experience of my life, all because I was like, yeah, this will be fucking fun. And I remember because my dad comes home with some McDonald's for me, because he's come back from work and he's like, oh, I'll get Rob some McDonald's because he's staying over tonight. And he walks in, and then I heard the door, so I stood in the hallway looking like this because I was in tears. I was like, ah! And like, Dad's like, oh my god, Rob, what's wrong? And he walks out to me like, I blew myself up in the toilet. And he's like, what the fuck do you mean?
Oh fuck.
It.
it would have been even better if you were like, I lit myself on fire in the toilet.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's it. What? Come again?
I had to. Yeah, no, literally, like I was in tongues. I was speaking in tongues. I couldn't get it out because I was traumatized by the fact that I would actually do something so fucking stupid.
That is literally probably one of the best stories I've ever heard. I literally blew up. I blew myself up in the toilet.
Can we get
Straight
this
up.
on a t-shirt?
Like
I
Just
would love to get
a
that on
line of
t-shirt.
like Oddcast quotes. Just
I blew
Yeah.
myself up in the toilet. Like
I've got
how
a
do
Redbubble. If you want to upload designs and get a Redbubble going.
Yes, please fucking do. That needs to happen.
so
'Cause that is the quote right there.
the toilet stayed intact though. Yeah.
It stayed intact. It just
Okay. Well, I mean, because
literally,
there have been plenty videos of people doing dumb shit with toilets, and just
And
the
they
whole thing
crack.
fucking cracks. And
Yeah.
I was half expecting that to happen, and like all your shit to go out on the floor, and for you to have a really fun time with that.
Yeah. Imagine
No,
that.
no, that would have been bad. At that point, I would have just killed myself. I'm like, there's too much cleanup. My eyebrows are gone. I'm going.
I don't want to clean up my own shit, and I lost my eyebrows. Time to just kill myself.
No, see,
Yeah.
in my opinion, he probably would have been laying in the like on the floor in the piss and shit. His dad would have walked through the door. He's like, ah!
Honestly, at that point, because he said he was a teenager, if I was his dad and I walked into that hypothetical scenario, I'd close the door and just walk back out.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like, you deserve this. You had this coming.
I
You
don't know what you want me to do, buddy. Good luck.
clean it up.
Good
Clean
luck.
it up.
Yeah, no, straight up. It was awfully traumatic. Dad, when I finally calmed down, I heard like Dad sort of leave the room. He's like, "Look, I'm gonna go get you food. All right, just sit down and eat." I heard him fucking piss himself laughing. He was in tears, and because I had to tell so many people about this story because that day I was staying at my dad's place, but then I had to leave to go to my mum's place, and my old best friend who actually lives in the States now. His parents were just about to leave. They were leaving about 2 weeks after, and they decided to come over and have their last goodbyes and stuff. So I had to tell them before they left because they were like, "Why do you look so fucked right now? And why do you stink of shit?" And so I had to tell them. I literally, like, my arm was like, I had like 3rd-degree burns or something.
Yeah, the blisters and all that.
Yeah, and like I had to get in the bathtub to have a wash, and it burnt, it stung.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful. It was literally, I could not go near a lighter or matchsticks for about 3 years. It took me
Post-traumatic
so long.
fucking flame
Because
disorder.
you're a fucking idiot.
I know, it's my own fucking fault. Like, I'm surprised, like, every time I had to go to the toilet, and I'm like,
Are you gonna hurt me?
Like, I couldn't shit in peace anymore. I was waiting for, like, the fucking toilet to just light a match for me and go,
Why is my asshole burn?
I'm
That would
like,
just
"No,
be
I had
Taco Bell."
but I don't think this is why it blew up.
And honestly, in my opinion, I think probably like having to retell the story to, because I guarantee if your dad was like any other dad, he's like, "Hey, get a load of this shit. Ask him how he burnt himself."
We do that.
And, like,
we do
like,
that.
Like just you having to retell the story is embarrassing. It's like, fuck, you know.
But I go out of my way because I love this story. I think it's fucking hilarious because I'm an idiot.
Now it is. Yeah, now it is. But like back in the day, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Literally, like at that point, it was like, "So, Robert, what did you do?" I'm like, "Look, this is your 16th person that you wanted me to tell this to. Who the fuck else is there?" And it was starting to get annoying, but now it's just like, you know how you like first impressions like are the best impressions type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an opener for me sometimes. Like sometimes I meet a person, I'm like, "This is an awkward conversation." Did I say about the time that I blew up in the toilet?
I'm actually kind of bummed that the first time I met you was with your anime female voice, and not you
That's
telling
that
about
story.
blowing yourself. You know, you not blowing yourself up with a toilet, or blowing
Nah,
yourself
it's-
up on the toilet.
Either one, either line. If you get lucky, I'll do the girl voice and tell you the story at the same time.
All right, confirmed. Next Oddcast, that is happening.
Oh, yeah,
That's
in
happening.
fucking 6 weeks when we get him back on the show.
Well, you know.
I'll try to be on. I'll try to be
Look, necromancy's not easy. It took a lot for me to get him back from the dead for this one episode, guys.
Yeah, I
After
mean, just
this
look at the
is-
way he's dressed. I mean, took a
Yeah.
lot out of me to looking at him.
I had to do
No, hold on,
so many
hold on.
fucking
I got my
things.
shorts, son. I got my shorts.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
He's ready
that
for
one
the
leg
trip.
looks very naked.
Yes.
No, that one does not, because you have tattoos on that one, but the other leg looks very naked.
Oh yeah. Hold on, doing it again. There we go.
I'm half expecting to just see like his ball
Oh no. Oh no.
pop up.
Well, there you go. Now we're gonna get some monetization because you know people want that foot shit.
Damn,
Yeah,
I
you
want
gotta
more
put in the
tattoos.
tags foot and
Yeah.
feet. You gotta do it.
Foot.
All right, so your
uh,
story.
I got two, and one is a lot worse than the other, but they
Ooh.
both are like two that I remember. And I was both very young on each time. How old I don't remember exactly, but anywhere between 3 to 5 for both of them. So the lesser of the two is actually similar to Freaks because it pertains to a dog.
Okay.
When I lived in one of my old houses up in Jersey, my dad and I and our next door neighbors had approximately 5 English bulldogs. Not English bulldogs, boxers, bigger dogs. And one of them just had puppies, and her name was Peaches. So we were outside having dinner. I do remember this. We're outside having dinner, and I asked my dad if I could leave the table. He's like, yeah, sure. And I couldn't get out because we were outside on the patio, so it was hard to get by him. I was like, well, I'm just going to go under the table. He's like, okay, just be careful. Peaches is under there. So I went under the table, and of course, dogs with food, a lot of people anyway. I start going over and start petting Peaches under the table because I'm a fucking idiot. Well, I apparently pulled on her fucking ear because, again, I'm a bright guy. And she fucking just went after my face. And one of the reasons why I always have a beard is like I have a scar right here by my nose that goes straight down. It looks like I have a cleft lip. She fucking bit me, and it fucking peeled my fucking lip back.
Jesus
I got like
Christ.
20-something stitches in my lip.
God damn.
So
That's wild.
yeah, so that's like the lesser of the one. The worst injury that I've ever gotten as a child. So again, I was really, really young. So when I was young, I had a nasty habit of sticking my tongue out like this. You can see where this is going. I had like one of those
I double dog dare you.
Shut up, Pikachu. You can't say anything with that hat on. It means jack shit. So
You're just jealous you don't have one.
not really, as you're over there just sauntering and playing with your balls.
I got another one coming in that's Gengar. Anyways, continue.
So I was on my little tricycle Power Wheels thing, and I was doing that. I kept doing this, like yeah, and all that kind of stuff, trying to be cool stuff. My dad kept telling me, he was like, "Put your tongue in your mouth. Put your tongue in your mouth. You fall down, you're gonna bite your tongue off." Well, I fell down, split my tongue, like that.
Ooh.
I had a forked tongue for like 3 fucking hours. They had to stitch my tongue back together. And since your tongue heals as well as it does, there's hardly any scar whatsoever. And of course, I'm not going to stick my tongue out to you. But I split my tongue in half. My dad thought I actually chopped it right down the middle. But luckily enough, I just like lit it sideways.
Yeah.
So he's freaking out. And my dad said, this is the one reason why I will never wear a white t-shirt again. The one day I wear a white t-shirt, you split your tongue in half and get blood all fucking over it. So he's rushing me to the hospital because he thought I, like, was going to bleed to death.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, we get to the hospital, all that kind of stuff, and I'm bawling my head off, screaming, crying, all that kind of stuff. And then
What a pussy.
the yeah, well, So the doctor put me on a, what's it called? One of those boards so they can stitch me up. So they, like, strap me down and all that kind of stuff. And I'm freaking out. And my dad's like, hold on, I got this. Loosen them up, like get them off. So they loosen me up off the I guess whatever it's called, the board, the backboard, and I just look at Dad after everything. I'm like, Daddy, I did a uh-oh. He's like, yeah, you did a uh-oh, all right. And then they numbed it up and they stitched me up, and I couldn't eat for like a fucking week. But yeah, that was probably the worst one that I split my tongue into.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty fun. That's one of those stories that you hear and you're like, oh, like anything to do with tongue, mouth, eyes, or
Fingers.
fingers,
or anuses.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
or penises. Like that's almost as bad as the idea of like putting
Something tells me I just want to go ahead and
toothpick
take this
under your nail and kicking
headset
a wall.
off right now before he finishes that. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove myself from that. Thank you. Okay. You have a good night.
Nice pajama pants, dumbass.
He's got to edit this, and he's probably gonna make sure that the sound's okay. So he's probably gonna hear that anyway.
Well, the funnier part is the last one that we aired, the last one we put up. There's a giant break at the I don't know if it's the midway or like 2/3 mark or something like that, where he just gets up, walks away because he has to piss, and I'm just sitting here like.
Yeah, what do you do at that point? Like,
yeah.
Honestly, if it's only 2 people, that's not a podcast. That's a conversation.
Yeah, well, close enough.
Yeah.
But no, man, I've had like a lot of injuries, and it's weird because it's like always like pertaining to sports or vehicles.
Big Odin stretches.
Yeah.
No one cares. Shut the fuck up.
Big Odin stretches.
No one cares. But
everybody cares.
But like another bad one, and this one is like nowhere near as bad on the spectrum. I used to ride dirt bikes a lot. I had countless number of dirt bikes. I used to ride out in the Pine Barrens in Jersey, which there was this place called Clayton's Pit, and once you were in the pit, it was you couldn't be messed with. But getting to the pit was illegal because it was all on state ground and protected by the what's it called, the game warden or some shit, because there was some like endangered frog species there, and they didn't want dirt bikes over there, which I understand. But as a kid, I didn't give a fuck. I just want to go ride the pit. So I went with a bunch of my buddies. There's I think like 4 or 5 of us, and I had a broken clutch lever, which, you know, if anyone knows how to ride a bike, your left hand's your clutch, right's throttle. So we go, and I'm riding a 125 two-stroke, and I'm just fucking blaring all over this pit, having a good old time. And my old man told me, and he just had a knee surgery. He said, "I know where you're going. If you get caught, don't even bother coming the fuck home." Like, all right, I can understand that. All right, word. So we go to the pit, having a good time, you know, fucking catching air, doing stupid shit, you know. We get to the point where it's like, oh, we start going like shot for shot with each other when it comes to jumps. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna fucking take this one. I'm gonna fucking go farther here. Oh, I'm gonna try and whip this one out and do all this and blah 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 blah. So we were being dumb. Yeah. Well, it got to a point where we were going up this. It's not like vertical, but it was a pretty steep gradient where we were just going up to get out of the pit. But it was like extremely like it goes down, up, and out. So you really had to get on the fucking bike to get up and out, and if you didn't hit it just right, you were gonna get launched into one of the sides because you were like in a tunnel, so to speak, like a gully going up. Yeah. So me being the fucking showboat smartass, I fucking just started booking it. I picked the front wheel up, having a good time, and I fucking go down, go up, and as soon as I hit the
dip?
ditch to the dip to go up, the fucking bike just squatted and fucking launched me into the fucking side of the wall, the dirt wall. So I went, wah, pop. I was like, oh, fuck, that hurt. And the bike just goes tumbling down. I go tumbling down with the bike. I'm like, that fucking hurt. And I didn't even think about it. So I look at my hand, and you can't see it here, but there is a hole. Well, I'm trying to see. Oh, no. Hole right here. And it's not that bad now. But what happened was when I went up and into the wall, the broken clutch lever went into my finger, pulled the fucking meat down, and I didn't realize it until I got down and like, dude, your hand's like bleeding like a sieve. Like, it can't be that bad. I fucking look at it and you can see the white of the bone and then just the meat hanging and all that shit. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Daddy, I did another run. Oh.
Well, the fucked up part is, when we went to the pit, one of the guys that had a bike, he brought a all-terrain wagon with him because we put like our fuel cans on there, some food and all that kind of shit. Dude, we would go all fucking day, and we got in trouble a few times, but you know, we would go all fucking day to the pit. You know, we brought gas, everything. We were good to go. He had 2 little checkered flags on the back of it. So hey, I'm gonna steal your flag. I'm gonna wrap this up. You got duct tape? He's like, yeah. So that's what I did. Wrapped it up, duct taped it. There you go. So at this point, I was like, you know what? I think this is going to need stitches, and I might need to get this looked at. I got to go home. Yeah, because I was about 15 when this happened. Yeah, I was 15. And they're like, all right, well, let's go. So we come out of the pit, and the way this pit is set up, it's like a giant bowl. That's the easiest way to describe this pit. Giant fucking bowl, and it's big, like super fucking big. So we come up, and in this part of Jersey, it's all pine barren. So there's a lot of sand, a lot of fucking trees, everything. And so we look down, and then we look down to the pit. We see fucking 4 like Chevy Tahoe looking Ranger trucks. Oh. They know we're there. They're waiting for us. They're waiting for us to leave. So I look at my buddy Zach, and I look at my buddy fucking Jason. I'm like, oh shit, dude. You know what we got to do? So yeah. I said, all right, we're gonna go this way. We're 2 and 2. We went left. They went right. I said, here's the plan. Everyone meet back at my house because I've got a fence and a shed. So everyone can just run to the back of the fence, put the bikes in the fence, lock it up. No one's the wiser. You know, if, you know, that was the plan. And so we split up. And so as soon as we came down out of the pit, they fucking threw the lights on. And we're like, fuck this shit. We fucking went right into the woods. And of course, I had the 125. If anyone knows what a 125 dirt bike sounds like, a 2-stroke, it sounds like a goddamn a hive of bees going by, like, wah, wah. I was fucking booking it in those woods, man. I was just getting it. Yeah. So, needless to say, we all kind of split up, and this is before we all had cell phones too, but we all knew the plan. So I took the bike, dropped it in the woods for about 30 minutes, kind of like let the heat die down. I was like, all right, word. I don't see anything. I don't hear any sirens. I don't hear anything. We should be good. Again, with my bike being as loud as this, there was the issue. Kick it back over, get back onto the road, drive all the way down to my house. There's 2 of them already there. I was the second to last one to arrive at the house. And then my buddy Zach came in after. So we're like, all right, cool. We made it. We're good. So I go into the house and I start washing my hand up. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this looks really bad. And I showed my dad. He's like, yeah, you're probably going to have to go to the hospital to get some stitches and all that kind of stuff. He says, just wait for your stepmom to come home. She'll take you. Because he, like I said, he just had a knee surgery, so he couldn't drive. It's like, all right, that's fine. He's like, just wrap it up, keep it clean. So as I'm cleaning up, all of a sudden, I hear boom, 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 boom on the door. I'm like, what? Oh, fuck. So we come walking up. And of course, I'm still wearing like all my riding gear too. And I have blood on my pants from my hand and all that kind of. So I come walking up to the door, and one of the cops, is like, "How you doing today, son?" I'm like, "I'm doing all right." He's like, "You doing some dirt bike riding?" I was like, "Yeah, but in our backyard." I said, we got a track in which we did legitimately have a little track. That's what we used to ride when we weren't going to the pit, and that was kind of our scapegoat. So he's like, "So are you doing some dirt bike riding?" I'm like, yeah, for the most part. It's like, you got blood on you. It's like, yeah, I got a broken clutch lever, fucked up my hand. I'm going to the doctor's here in a minute. So, you ride over in Clayton's pit? I was like, what's that? What's Clayton's pit? Trying to play stupid, like, completely stupid, right?
Yeah.
We see the one truck there, and here comes another truck pulling up next to him. So I didn't know, because I was too young to, like, kind of realize this. One of the other cops walked around our backyard and was looking for the bikes that we were on. So 2 of us put it on, in our fence. The other 2 put it on the outside of the fence. We were like, fuck, you can't see from the street. We'll be all right. Other guy comes walking back around. I was like, we need to speak to your dad. Is anyone home? Your parents home? I'm like, yeah, you sure you want to talk to him? He just had a knee operation. He doesn't really want to talk to anyone, especially you.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we need to speak to him. So this guy is like roasting me in front of my dad, and my dad's like, you fucking dumbass. You dumb motherfucker. And he's like, you can see, like, he's like staring a fucking hole into me right now. I was like, really? I just had knee surgery and you're gonna do this shit? Come to find out, the only reason why they found me was one of the other kids actually stopped for the cop and told them where I lived. I almost had my license suspended.
Fucking snitches get stitches. Let's get them.
There's always one.
Everyone else shut the fuck up. This kid who I never met before, who was with my buddy Zach, I met him I lied. I met him like one other time, found out he had a dirt bike. I said, yo, let's go fucking ride. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like they, since we didn't technically see you, leave here and come here, they couldn't, like, put me there, and I had no identifying bike. They couldn't write me any citations or anything. So my dad's like, you are so fucking lucky. You could have lost your license till you were 21. I was like, but did I? So.
But did you die?
Sorry, that was kind of a long-winded story, but like that's like what happened to my finger, and I was just pertaining to injuries and shit. And I just figured that'd be a nice little.
So, what would you say is the worst injury you've had as an adult?
Ooh.
Since we did kid stories.
I'm either gonna go with this one that I'm just getting over my ankle, breaking my leg, or actually having ankle surgery because of football. Those are like my 2.
Chrono? Did you light yourself on fire with your shit again?
Yeah, that's 6 times afterwards, after the fact. No, I literally can't think of anything too bad. Because again, I don't like get out enough. Like, it's not that I don't get out enough, but like I don't do any sports or anything like as such.
It's alright. Really my greatest injury was in my house.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to think.
Well,
I did do
2.
something pretty fucking stupid, and I just can't remember for life what it was.
Well, hold on. Before you go any, hold on. Just one quick caveat. If we're talking about like gnarly looking ones, here's another hand. Like if you tell my hand, my pinky.
Yeah, it's bent.
Well, it won't. Like I can't. That's as much as I can lift it. It's because I broke my hand and the pinky like was pointing inward.
Well.
I broke my hand because I punched something and I thought I dislocated my pinky. And actually, Laura was here for this. I looked. I was like, "Ow, that fucking hurts." I thought I dislocated, so I pulled my pinky down and popped it back in. But I was actually setting my bone. I didn't even realize it. Pulled it all the way fucking down and set it. I went to the doctor like fucking 3 days later. He's like, what happened? I was like, I just dislocated my pinky and it still hurts, so I think I might have fucked something up. I was like, you broke your hand. You set your bone. It's like, be happy you did that, because if not, I would have had to re-break your hand. So that one looked fucking bad. Like, you can see that still doesn't look right. That's as much as I can lift my pinky. As much as I can do.
Did I? Yeah, no, I think it's, like, a lot of the shit that I did happen when I was younger because I didn't really have a fucking brain. I guess one of them was, I fucking stabbed myself in the hand.
Nice.
Because
Please say you were
basically...
playing Five Finger Fillet.
No. I did something stupid.
Right now.
When I was younger, I had, because I was an only child for most of my life, I sort of had to sort of come up with my own ways to entertain myself. If I wasn't playing video games, I used to like jump around in my room and pretend I was Spider-Man and stuff like that. Up until
Wait, you're not Spider-Man?
No, I'm not.
Look, I'm not saying I'm Batman. I'm just saying nobody's ever seen me and Batman in the same room at the same time.
Yeah, but that's because you're too short, though, and...
You don't know that. We don't know how tall Batman is.
I know he's taller than us.
That's true. He's like 6 foot something.
And he's much more handsome than you.
Oh, 100%.
He's a leather daddy. He's a leather.
But I mean, have you ever seen him without the mask? Maybe he's only handsome when he's wearing the mask.
I don't know. I'm kind of putting my bets on this Bruce Wayne guy. I don't know. It's just all.
I put all my money in Christian Bale. What I'm mad about, though, is there are multiple billionaires out there and nobody's doing this shit yet. Come on, guys. Get with the fucking program.
Yeah, really.
So, and because I used to jump in my room and pretend that I was like some sort of character or something like that, I had these like little replica knives. They couldn't do shit. You know, they were very blunt and stuff like that. But they had like pointy edges, of course. And so I was in my room doing like one of these ones with like the fucking pretend I was like some cool dude, and then I pretend that I got disarmed and start like slicing with my like blade against nothing because I had an imagination that you could never believe, and I'm just like going ham, I'm like shoved it right into the part that like where the divot is there, shoved it right into there. Which hand was it actually? It's this one here. There's actually still a scar there. I don't know if it's gonna be visible.
I can see like a divot.
Yeah. And I just shoved it in there, and I was like, "Oh, okay, playtime's over."
That sucks.
And the moment I pull it out, it just goes, "Oh fuck! Oh, I'm not with blood." So I sort of like, but I took it calm. Like at first, I'm like, "Oh, this is good." It's like pissing down my arm. I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, another thing where I had to go tell my dad that it happened. Him just being like, "What the fuck?" So I walked into his room like, "Hey Dad, I stabbed myself in the hand." He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
First the toilet, now your hand. What the shit?
Yeah.
I should have kept the fucking receipt. You're clearly defective.
Yeah. And like the way that I explained it to him is that I said that I put my hand into a drawer and it was pointing the other way, and I just sort of like went and nicked it, and he's like, "Oh, it can't be that bad then." And then when he flicked on the light, he's like, "Oh fuck." I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty bad." And so, like, we bandaged it up, and, like, for ages doing this, you could feel my tendons sort of pulling because I hit, like, the nerve tendon. And I didn't need stitches or anything. I just literally band-aided it up and just let it go for a couple weeks.
You're a hard ass.
I'm a hard ass, yeah, straight up. And,
that's what I did to my fingers every time I cut them at the bar.
So that was one of the other stupid ones that I did. It's like the stupid stories are better than the ones where you actually got hurt for a real reason. But
yeah, see, I don't really have stupid stories like that. Like,
it's because I'm an idiot. Like, over here, like, we are literally the way that's described is that we're just drunk English people.
I'd be very curious to just see the 4 gamers of the round table take like an IQ test and see how we all just fall. Fucking see where Chrono just lands.
Yeah, literally. Like, we'll just do some brain training and it's like, alright, I'm done. And I'm sitting there like, guys, what's 6 plus 2? I'm having trouble here. It's supposed... I keep putting 62, but it's not working.
Something is not computing.
No.
I got one more, and it's stupid just because of how it happened. And I think I don't remember if I mentioned. Did I mention the day the day after I got my septum piercing?
Yeah.
No.
You went to the
I
show.
never heard it.
Oh, so you don't know that though?
I think Wolf was on that episode of the podcast.
Okay, so I'll do a quick synopsis of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just speaking of like dumb injuries, so when I was 18 or 19, whatever, I got my septum pierced. Like as soon as I was able to do it, I did it. That's what I wanted. It's no longer there. So I got my septum pierced, and my buddy who was the piercer was like, "Hey man, there's a show tomorrow night at at a venue. You should come out." I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. Be fun." So it was a hardcore show. It was actually one of my buddy's bands that I didn't even know they were playing. It happens that way. So we went to go see him, and then they're like, "Hey, are you gonna go in the pit? Are you gonna throw down? Are you gonna do this?" It's like, "Nah, man, I just got my nose pierced. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna get hit right in the fucking nose." Never got hit in the nose in my fucking life. I was like, this would be the night that I get hit in the fucking nose because I just have a fresh piercing. So long story short, last song comes on, the fucking breakdown's hitting. I'm getting, my getting ready to roll into it. I was like, fuck it, I'll do one song. Literally, as soon as I stepped in, I did one swing, and then here comes someone else, pop, right in my fucking nose. As soon as it happened, and like, you ever get hit and you just see white? You get that white pain.
Yeah.
It's like, all like sensory overload. That's pretty much what happened, and I was just pouring fucking blood out of my nose. That was the first time I got hit in the nose, really good, and that sucked. And then we went to another show right after that, and I was still just like spitting blood because it was just residually bleeding.
Yeah.
So anyone that asked me was like, "Oh, did your septum hurt?" I'm the wrong person to ask. I got fucking hit the very next day, and it sucked ass every day afterward. That was the short synopsis of that one.
Okay, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's
exactly how it goes, though. I before we get on, because we'll go to that topic about video games that we're excited for this year, but I will say one more. Quite recently, like how like when you hit your funny bone, you're like, oh fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So one night I was in Harley's bed, and she has a very deep set bed frame. So there's like ridges up the side, and then the mattress sits in it. And I went to roll over, and I don't know why I had to roll over with such like ferocious and just anger. I just went fucking boom, and elbowed the fucking thing, and it was so bad that my arm, like I literally started having a fit because the pain was so bad. I was there, I couldn't like talk, I couldn't breathe. My arm started burning. It felt like it was on fire, and it wouldn't go away for like 10 minutes. I was just in pain, and I couldn't move my hand, and eventually it went away, and I felt it for 3 days afterwards. And I'm like, I've hit my funny bone before. It hurts, but this was fucking something else. That was one of the worst pains I've ever experienced, because not only did I hit the funny bone, I got 3rd-degree burns on the inside, and it was like, I feel like it was like I hit a sensory area, and like a nerve, and then it was like, oh, this is going to be spontaneous combustion. And my arm's just like fucking on fire. And I still don't know why it happened. Like, I've looked up, like, does it burn when you hit your funny bone? And they're like, a little bit. And I'm like, fuck off, a little bit? That was a lot.
Does it burn when I pee? Yes, it does. I mean,
yes, it does.
Fell into the ring of fire.
So
yeah, that was the last one.
So now that we got over Chrono's burning sensation,
in my loins.
You rustled my jimmies a little, for sure. So, all right. So now that the decade's over, start a new decade. Obviously, new consoles are on the horizon. We already have the new Xbox, PS5. We know that's coming down the chute as well. Some new stuff has been leaked about the PS5 controller. We know some games that are already announced for both systems. What are some things that we're excited about these new systems? Everything that's going on game-wise. What are we excited about with these new consoles? Just the new decade of gaming. What do we want to see? And go ahead and
here's what I need from both systems. But to start, the PS5 controller patent that came out day after Christmas is really interesting. They got rid of the home button, the PlayStation button. It's gone. And they added 2 extra buttons on the back of it that are like customizable, programmable, like the Xbox Elite controller, so that you can make it be your X or extra triggers. But aside from that, it looks pretty much like the exact same DualShock 4. Just they got rid of the PlayStation button and added 2 additional ones.
And it's beefier.
I haven't actually seen it.
The printout that I saw, or the patent that I saw, like, have you seen the SCUF ones, the SCUF gaming controls? How they're like thicker, like they're just beefier.
Yep. Yep.
Like that, and even the not the D-pad, but the touchpad even looks bigger as well. It's actually almost the size of a Xbox One controller now, because to me the PlayStation ones were always smaller, more condensed.
Mm-hmm.
I
can't play I can't play my PlayStation for extended periods of time because like my hands start to cramp. Like the Xbox One controller was fucking perfect. I really don't know how they're gonna improve it. I'm very curious and excited to see it.
When I got the Xbox One recently, when I held the controller, I'm like, oh fuck, it just fits the curves.
It's perfectly designed.
Woman. Like, I love my PlayStation, but the Xbox has really been giving me some good tingle. Except for the fact that the other day, like, I sold a game. I sold 2 games for my PlayStation because it was the Outer Worlds. I can get that for Game Pass, so I was like, why not? And Modern Warfare, because I haven't really played Modern Warfare. I just didn't need it. And so I got some money for it, and then instead of using it on store credit, I decided to put it onto a $50 gift card instead, and because I was going to get some backwards compatible games. Worst decision of my life, because last time I saw them, they were $7 Australian. Now they're $30 Australian. I'm like, oh fuck me. So
what games are you looking at?
I was looking at Skate. I was looking at Battlefield Bad Company 2. I was looking at Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I was looking at a whole bunch. They just
what you can also do is instead of buying the Xbox One version, the one that like comes in an Xbox One case and it says it's backwards compatible, just buy like the fucking $3 Xbox 360 version from your game store and install it on the Xbox.
That's what I should have done, but I didn't think about it. I'm like, should be fine. So yeah, fucked up. But you know, compare the Xbox controller to the PlayStation controller. There's just man, I love the Xbox One so much more. It feels better. Like the PlayStation one's too skinny, and I actually noticed after long play periods my hand would start to hurt because of how I had to hold it, and the triggers felt wrong, and
the rubber was cheap. They started peeling off after a while.
Oh yeah,
the original run of them.
And so the DualShock 4, like, it was better than the DualShock 3, but just the Xbox One controller was perfect.
Yeah, because the thing is that, you know, Xbox change every time until they found the right pattern, and PlayStation more or less had the right pattern. The DualShock 3 to me, it just didn't feel as good as the PlayStation 2's DualShock 2. And
yeah, it was weird.
On the 6-axis. The 6-axis was annoying. I don't even know why they did that. They should have just went straight to DualShock 3. And the DualShock 4, like, again, it's a cool concept. I like the light, but again, it just doesn't feel that comfortable.
Well, the light was pretty useless, and the touchpad was pretty useless. They barely used it.
Well, and that's another thing, too. That's another thing. If you look at the patent, the light bar is now gone. They're going USB-C as opposed to...
possibly, because they already announced with the... on the patent, the USB port is micro USB. But they came out and said that it's going to be USB-C with the PlayStation 5, so that's why a lot of people think this isn't going to be the final version of the patent, and that we're going to see another redone controller. Because a lot of the patents in the past haven't come to fruition.
Which, I mean, it's 100% possible, but I just know about like what we've been seeing and what's been already kind of like touted. Like I said, with it being bigger and all that kind of stuff, I'm actually really intrigued to see what it looks like. There's not too many different changes from it. It's actually pretty close to what it is now. But
I just see that they're keeping the touchpad, so you got to start using the fucking thing.
Well, again, there's always been rumors that touchpad may not actually be being like an LCD screen in there or some shit.
Which I feel like would raise the price of those controllers, and it'd be useless. It'd be like, it's not at that point. It's like trying to be a Nintendo Switch type.
That's what I was thinking.
The screen is too fucking small.
Yeah, it'd be that fucking big, and it'd be pointless.
It's like, yeah, I'm playing The Last of Us 2. Piss off. Like, you just can't fucking...
The only thing that I know they were talking about, too, is that there's also, like, so obviously with the DualShock 4, they had the little speaker in the center where the home button was, like, right underneath it. So, like, let's say if you were playing Last of Us and you had to shake the flashlight, you
yeah, you can hear
controller.
That.
Yeah, which was cool. I always thought that was something...
It was a nice, enjoyable feature, yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Now, apparently, there's going to be built-in microphones to both Xbox and PlayStation controllers. So you'll be able to hear or they'll be able to, like, have sound coming out of it, and you can do voice commands to it, like the Hey Cortana stuff for Xbox. That is no longer there. But that's, again, one of the theories that's going on that I've seen. So
very curious if they're going to try to tackle that again.
Kind of hope they don't, because it's, third time's a charm?
Third time is a charm, and this would be the third time.
Yeah, I just don't want it anymore. Like, The only fun thing about that was when we originally got the ones. We originally got the Xbox Ones, and we would say words that were close to what we were trying to say, like Xbox lunch. Yeah, see, there you go. And it would launch the game. So like, if you were playing a game, that was our thing. You know, we'd have like little code words and shit like that. With
Oh, it was hilarious. I still have the Kinect, like because the feature's still there, just nobody uses it anymore. But I mean, if they're talking about putting microphones into the controller, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, but
instead of making the whole Kinect as an extra thing, because I don't think the Kinect will come back.
No,
they should not.
No.
I think Microsoft are going to try and patent they're going to try and patent their own VR headset, or they're actually going to just go with like HTC or Oculus to do a Xbox
I think that they're going to be smart, because they've got the fucking Hololens, which we barely heard about. It's apparently out. It's apparently been out for like 2 years.
So it was out as a developer's kit, not really developer's kit, but it was like beta testing, and it went over sort of well, I guess, but it was very much not what people thought it was going to be, because it came out like 2013 or something like that, and it didn't do all the features that it promised. And I'm like, well, because it's very limited. Like, we don't live in the years that we can sort of do this shit. Like, we now have AR, like. What is it called? Fucking
augmented reality.
Augmented reality. We now have that sort of stuff going for us, and Google Glass. There was the other one that came out. They didn't have that support then, but they're gonna try and make new ones that are like just regular sort of like glasses and do like that sort of shit. And I'm like, yeah, cool. But honestly, like, I feel like they should probably do a VR thing. Like,
I'm pretty sure they're just gonna partner with like HTC.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna do their own.
And
yeah,
I think PlayStation, when they do it, because obviously they use the PlayStation camera because it was something that was, existing, so they didn't have to make any more sort of accessories. This time around, when they do the PS5, they should definitely follow, sort of like HTC, sort of like putting tracking areas around the room, because I'll tell you, firsthand from me playing PS4's VR, the ability to turn around would be fantastic, because if you turn around in real time, you get the thing that says turn back around, you're facing the wrong way. And I'm like, that really throws me out of it. I'm like playing like some really good games. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking doing this shit. I'm like, oh, there's someone over there. Oh, well, fuck, now I have to hit the button 6 times so I can spin around slowly and then shoot them. It's
Yeah, that was actually one of my biggest pet peeves with the initial PlayStation VR. And actually, I don't know about anyone else, but like certain VR games got me extremely motion sick.
So it was.
I did too.
I did get a bit of motion sickness when I first played it, but the reason why I held off of playing Skyrim VR for so long is because I'm like, the locomotion settings, you want to be walking, you want to be running, you don't want to be like teleporting everywhere, because that would just take you out of it. And I was so worried that it was just going to be an awful experience. I got it, and for some reason, I felt fine. After about maybe like an hour of playtime, I started to be a bit queasy, but I feel like that's with any VR game.
No, because I played Super Hot for like 8 hours straight with no issues.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Super Hot does have good tracking. It's got good tracking and such. But the fact is that you don't have like free locomotion. You're sort of in one spot. When you get that free locomotion, when you can step forward in the game but not in reality, that's where it fucks your mind up. And it's
that's what Wolf put on some fucking mech game. I don't remember what he was showing me because he got a PSVR.
Yeah, but, that's the one. That's the one that got me.
Like you were running and jumping and shit, and I was just standing still, and I was like, okay, yeah, I got to take this off like fucking now.
Yeah, no,
they
got better.
The shark one to me, just when you're in the cage and all that
yep.
shit, that was good.
Yep, he showed me that one. That one was cool just to see what VR could do, but I mean, you didn't do anything in it.
Yeah. No.
Well, I think just the immersion was cool about that one, and the better part about that one is, so at the time I was working at GameStop. Actually, were you at GameStop at that point or no?
No. I've been gone 5 years now.
No. I'm saying when the VR came out.
No, I know, but like because VR really sprung forward about 3 years ago.
Well,
yeah.
Because I want to say I was still up in Sandhills when the VR was coming out. No. I was in Sumter. So no, I was actually in Sumter when it came out. That's right. So our Sony rep came and did a demonstration for everyone at the Camden store, which was like right in my backyard essentially. And we went there and we did like all the first runs of all the VR stuff. And dude, we had a guy that was doing the shark one, and he was sitting down doing. And I was like, man, how good is this really gonna be? And he had it set up where you could see it on the screen, and you could see what everything was going on and all that stuff.
Right.
The dude straight up, every time that shark would come at him, like he would jump up and back up in the chair, like every fucking time. I'd laugh my ass off. So I just thought it was like that immersion to me was.
Oh yeah, no, like it's really well done, and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. Like I want to see us have like the actual fucking gloves instead of little handheld things. I want to see what the old-fashioned movies projected VR to be is what I want VR to fucking be. Yeah, like I'd like a little treadmill that allows me to run in place.
I don't think we're far off.
I was gonna say I think we're on the cusp. Like
there's
like
a couple dev kits that already have like the fucking in place treadmill, but obviously it's gonna be expensive as shit to get.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing that.
I might down the line.
I'll do yours. I'll just run to your house and do yours.
There you go.
But
just imagine playing Call of Duty like actually like sprinting on the treadmill and shit.
I want to see these like fucking mouth breathers do it. That was a headshot.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm just really excited to see because with the next generation of consoles too, we're gonna get a whole new level of VR that's available. They just have to tap into it and not fuck it up.
Well, as far as what I've read with the 5 and the new 1, so the new Xbox is apparently a lot more powerful than the 5. Again, this is all speculation, just for what Xbox has already put out there and what Sony has put out there. And of course, Sony hasn't put that much out there. They just kind of like little tidbit going here and there. Apparently, rumor has it that when CES comes around, they're gonna announce it just like Xbox did at the Game Awards. That's what the rumor is. How true it is, we'll see. But as of right now, everyone's saying that on paper and what they've seen in the wild with the dev kits, the Xbox is going to be a lot more powerful than the PS5. Of course, the PlayStation 3 was a lot more powerful than the 360, but the 360 ran all the games better, so that's not always a end-all, be-all.
Because when the PS3 came out, that was a shit show. Like, they were selling that thing for, like, what was it, $650?
Yep, 600.
Yeah.
One of the, the backwards compatible one, yeah.
Yeah, $600 American dollars. Over here, we were nearly seeing about $700 or so for a console, which is fucking ridiculous. And like, I didn't get that. Like at that point, like I feel like in that age, like at that age, you're sort of content with the consoles you got. And I still had a PS2 until probably like 2010, anyway. But when I got because I got the Xbox 360 first, and that was great. But I eventually did get a PS3. I got one of the more recent ones, and I really thought that the PlayStation 3 ran the games like shit. They looked worse than on the Xbox 360. Like, sure, PS3 had HDMI from the beginning, and then it was a later release for Xbox 360, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, the Gen 2. The Gen 2 had the AV cables and the HDMI port, second gen.
Dude, I remember the first time I figured out what the fucking HDMI was, because I was playing on my old box television, and then I got a new television for Christmas present. I'm like, okay, cool, and I plugged in the AV cables. I'm like, cool. And then I started like looking online. And I'm like, how are people getting such good quality? And I saw this thing, and it was like HDMI. And I'm like, what's that? What's an HDMI? And then I looked in the back, and I'm like, this has it. So does the TV. I'm like, hey, Dad, what does this do? And he's like, I don't know. Maybe we should go get one. And because he was actually going to go pick up a Blu-ray player too. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll kill two birds with one stone. Went there, I grabbed it, plugged it in, turned on. I think I was playing Halo 3, and I just went, ooh! I fucking shit. I was like, holy fuck! It's so
I'm
crisp.
very curious now to actually like sit there and do an AV to HDMI comparison of an old game.
Well, you know, I was just thinking about that because I remember when I first got my original, which was at the first gen of them, they had the AV cables, but there were two sets of them. You had your standard red, white, and yellow. But
and then you had the one with like 6 with the greens and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that was for like 720 gaming, which wasn't 1080, but it was 7. You could get 720 if your TV supported it, but it had to have all those plugins. When I first got my Xbox, I had to do it on my downstairs TV because TV that could do any of it didn't have an HDMI or a auxiliary plug-in or whatever. But it's neither here nor there. But I remember doing that and seeing the 720. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then when the second round came up and I got a TV that had an HDMI, it was the same. I was like, oh, this is much different. Yeah, it was so much better.
Like when I got my Xbox, I had a sort of gamble. Like I knew I was getting an Xbox 360, but I didn't pick it. I didn't go to the store with my parents. They wanted it to be a surprise for me. It was like one that came with 5 games or something. Which imagine that you buy a console and it comes with 5 games. You can't do that now. You get like 1 game if you're lucky. But back then I got a bundle. And I got the Elite console, that sort of like nice slick grey one, that like dark grey that came out. It was really cool. Had a black controller. I'm like, oh, this was so cool. I don't know if you guys know the issues with that console.
Well, I mean, pick a reason.
Yeah.
Pick an issue.
Literally, the red ring could just pop up at any point, which I dealt with it so many times, but survived. And I remember I brought my Xbox to a friend's place, but I forgot the cable. And he was like, oh, that's all right. I've got a spare one. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I plugged it in, and it started flashing red. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Because it's not compatible, I nearly fried the HDD, or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was
No,
HD.
yeah.
You're talking about the hard drive.
Yeah. I nearly fucking fried it, because for some reason, just with that console, they were different power surges or outputs or whatever. So...
We always had to check the power bricks when we were selling them at GameStop. Somebody would come in and they'd be like, I need a power brick. And I'm like, what kind? And they're like, the 360. And I'm like, bring in your fucking system, please.
Yeah, so...
Dealing with the power bricks was always a fucking headache.
Yeah,
but
it was.
It's... that Xbox, it's not dead, but literally the disk drive was fucked. So you put a game in that wouldn't register that it had a game. I would literally have to fiddle with it and then put it in... and slowly put it in. Sometimes the disc tray wouldn't even open. I'd use screwdrivers. It got to the point where I decided to customize the Xbox and try to make it look like Bumblebee. And this was years ago. And I couldn't get it working, so I'm like, what's the fuck happen? And it's still there. I've actually still got the hard drive with all my game saves, my old profile, because when I got the Xbox One, I tried to log into my old profile, so I got all I could still get all my old games that I'd purchased online. But I couldn't remember anything. I remember my username, but my email, I think, was my dad's old email, and fuck me if I knew what the password was. And trying to do password recovery with that shit, not even an option.
I actually
not even an option.
Dude, I lost my original Xbox account when I moved down here, because I forgot all the information that I used to sign in. I forgot all of it, and then trying to deal with their technical support, trying to get back in, was like losing a left nut.
Yeah,
but the funny story, and Freak, you remember this. So when we used to work at GameStop together, we the slim models, the slim lines of the Xbox, the sleeker black ones, not the elite one that you had, but the one after that.
Yeah, when they started to bring out the
internal
glossy sort of color, and they had the new controllers and shit that came out for it.
Yep, and the touch button and all that stuff.
And it came with 4 gigs of internal memory, and then you had to get a hard drive.
So us working in retail, the funny story is that everyone had the old school hard drives, the external ones that you plugged into the side, right?
Yeah, the big fat ones.
So I don't know if you were the one that told me or our manager did, but the hard drives that were inside they were inside the externals were the same ones they were trying to bucks that went inside.
Yep.
What we used to do is we
rip them apart.
We told the person ahead of us, I was like, hey, here's what we're gonna do. This is not an end-all be-all fix, but this will take care of you for what you need. I didn't even know this until we started working together.
I think it was me that showed you.
It might have been. I remember like someone told me, and then you told me about it, but then someone else ripped it apart the first time, and you know who that is. Because he got off on doing that. He got off on ripping apart electronics in front of people. It was kind of weird. But literally, he pulled the hard drive apart. He's like, here, give me your Xbox. He plugged the son of a bitch in, and then it was boom. I was like, I never would have known that. Like the little things like that. And it's like, Xbox, you motherfuckers, you're selling a hard drive that you just sold for $60 here, and you're selling it for $150 over here. What in the shit?
And people bought it, and they made money.
Yep. And all you had to do was, if you plugged it in just right, you got like a little just like something that makes, because it flops inside the hard drive tray. you put something underneath it so it doesn't flop around. You don't break the teeth off inside. You were good to go. You didn't have to buy a $150 one.
See, I never ran into an issue with the red ring. I never had an issue with my hard drive. I had an issue. It took me a while to learn about this issue because my brother is like 6'5", like 250 pounds, pure muscle. When the guy walks, the house shakes. So I'd be playing a game and it'd fucking stop. And I'm like, what the shit?
Yeah.
And I'd be playing a game and it'd fucking stop. And it's literally because if you hit the top of your Xbox, it would imprint your disc into the tray as it's spinning. So I'd have all these games with the fucking perfect rings on them. And I was like, I was playing them yesterday. My brother destroyed like half my collection. He also loved to put water glasses on top of the Xbox. It pissed me off.
Who the fuck does that? That's sick.
Yeah.
So I'm probably like one of your biggest pet peeves because when I was younger, I used to time. So I would have a whole library of games. Now I put all the games back in the cases, but it wouldn't be necessarily their cases.
Yeah.
I'm
worse.
All of mine are very meticulously alphabetized. They're all in their proper cases. I only have one case sitting on my desk at a time because that's the game that I am playing.
I definitely was your guys' worst nightmare. Apart from like Cheeto dust on the controller, I used to take my disc out, put it on the side, chuck it on the side.
I hated you.
Flat down.
I still fucking hate
And
you.
I used to stack them. I used to stack them on top of each other. And it got to the point where they were like, if you don't put them in cases, we're going to break them. I'm like, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And eventually, instead of doing cases, I got those sleeves. We had to slide them in and tear the back of the fucking discs up.
Yep.
So, and it was pretty bad. And it's totally off topic, but there was a time that my mum was pissed at me. And she came in and she started, there was like some stuff on my floor, like there was games and stuff just all like laying there. So she came in and she started kicking him everywhere. She's like, you don't clean up after yourself, fucking kick, and starts kicking shit. And I'm like, oh my god, my games. And I was so upset. And one of my favorite games at the time, Need for Speed Underground, literally my copy of it has a huge fucking like the disc circular. There's a huge fucking bite that just got ripped out of it. And I was like, oh no, that was my favorite game. And I plugged it and see if it would still work. Still worked. I could still play it.
Damn.
And I still played it. And then I got to one of the races, and the game, and it froze and had this awful noise. It started like, dun, dun, I'm like, fuck! It scared the shit out of me. The frequency was just off the charts, but
So,
yeah, I was an awful kid.
Since we're on the topic of games with this new generation, not even
Animal
just-
Crossing New Horizons.
No one cares. Shut up.
That's all I fucking want.
That's a Switch title. That's last decade. Get with it.
The Switch is this decade.
See, I want the full system thing. You get the Nintendo Sub, the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Dom. That's it. That's the spectrum.
But so what games right now that have been announced are we excited for that are coming? Like
Ori and
I'll
the
give you
Will
an
of the
example.
Wisps.
All right, you just gonna keep cutting me off, asshole? Is that
Yes.
what's gonna happen here?
You asked the game and I answered. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
I'm excited for Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
That
Cyberpunk
PS4 title, like,
2077.
Okay. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima, yes. Hopefully it flops and bombs and Sucker Punch realizes their true calling.
and it's not gonna be Sly Cooper ever.
Fucking come back to Sly Cooper!
It's never gonna happen.
I
Sly's a
need
bitch.
more.
They're probably gonna put a Sly Cooper Easter egg in there.
It'll have an Easter egg. And that'll be about it.
Yeah, it'll be a dead fucking raccoon on the side of the fucking road when it passes by and chops its goddamn head off with its fucking.
Look, don't you dare blaspheme the greatest game to ever exist. But I'm excited to see Halo. Like, I'm not thrilled about it because we knew we were gonna get it, but I want to see how Chief's story ends. I need to play Halo 5 by the time it comes out, but I'm just curious to see, because they're going to do more Halo, but they are saying this is the last game with Chief, so you're going to end one of your greatest franchises at the start of your new generation. Of course, they could always just be geniuses and do Halo Reach 2, which is 10 times better than every other fucking Halo they ever made, so look at his face.
See, I would like another Halo game that sort of takes... You know what? Fuck it. Here's an idea.
Uh-oh.
It's a Halo game, right? Okay. but you don't play as a Spartan. You don't play as a soldier. You don't play as Covenant. You literally play as a civilian trying to survive the firefight going on. And you can pick up your own shit. You know, you can find weapons and you can.
So you want a survival horror game in the world of Halo?
So yeah,
Actually,
sort of a survival horror
actually,
game.
That actually sounds pretty fucking good. I can't even lie. Like a horror survival, because like think of the creatures you're looking at, like the Covenant. Like,
Try
dude, come on.
Like you're this short person and you're like I can see the trailer now. It's literally just someone running and they're like and then you just hear like work or whatever the fuck, and then you see them like turn around and there's like all these like elites or brutes just chasing them. Like, what the fuck? And then like jump out a window or something, or they like bash through a door to like a balcony or something, and you just see all the Covenant ships, all the fucking UNSC just flying through, and they like jump down off the balcony and they land, and you just see them sort of like running through the streets while they're trying to like take them out from the
So you want another Dead Island trailer?
Dead Island Halo. But no, it's
Dead
I feel like that would actually be really cool if you could play like I've always had that sort of thing, like, yeah, you play as a super soldier, that's fucking cool, but what if you play as someone who's just a regular person trying to survive, you know, have it as a hardcore experience, and just I feel like that would be really cool. I don't know. Maybe
what I really want to see from more so Microsoft than Sony, because Sony's already got a pretty good list going on. Give us some fucking new IPs. Give us some.
Which they are, because you got to remember they
just bought all the studios and everything, but
yeah,
I mean, give us something Last of Us on Xbox. Give us a single player, just fantastic driven story. I also want to see like a new RPG come out. That's gonna be incredible.
Well, that's what the Bethesda, was it called, the space
Starfield.
one? Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be incredible. It's Bethesda, but I don't know. I want something new.
My thing is, like, I want to see like racing sims, like iRacing, come to console finally. I mean, it'd probably be a long ways off. That's just something for me personally. I love motorsports in general. I actually want to get a whole like wheel set up and all that shit eventually down the road. I would love to see like legitimate sim racing come to console. Again, big if. Same thing with you though. I don't want Microsoft to follow Sony's footsteps and do. I think we were talking to Wolf about this. Like Sony, yeah, they have great first party titles right now. They're excellent. I mean, they're killing it. But they're all very similar in their act. They're always third person over the shoulder, very cinematically driven.
They also don't really have anything competitive multiplayer for them. They've got a whole bunch of Call of Duty, whereas we have Halo and Gears and all that shit.
So I want to see Microsoft definitely put their best foot forward. I actually think that this E3 coming up is going to be big for content when it pertains to new games being announced, not necessarily coming out right away. I do think that the Xbox and PS5, whenever they do decide to drop this holiday, we're going to have the best launch titles that we've ever. And it's just
100%, because the launch titles for the 4 and the 1 sucked.
Well, there were some good ones, but they were definitely a lot of lackluster ones for sure.
They launched with like 5 games each. We need more.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is though, as it goes on though, like you learn the architecture of the system you have, so you learn to eke more power out of it. But at the same time, I mean, like I played Forza day one when it came out. I played Dead Rising when it came out day one. That's actually what I would like to see, is a true Dead Rising, not Dead Rising. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. Fuck, I mean, day one, we're gonna have Halo. That'll be.
That's confirmed.
That'll probably be what's gonna give Microsoft the lead once everything drops. Will just be the fact that Halo's launching with it, whereas the Xbox One didn't have a Halo or Gears title launching with it.
That worries me though. That
Why?
Genuinely worries me because, all right, so we all know the launch title. 90% of them are not good. You only get maybe a handful that are actually like worth a day. With this new architecture, but I don't know, I'm kind of going back and forth in my brain about this. The architecture is already, like, we know what it is for the most part. So they've had time to work on it, and apparently a lot of the parts that are going to be in the Xbox have already in PCs. Like, they're actually, Xbox is doing what they should have been doing and using legitimate PC, not specialized parts.
Right.
So I just hope that they know the architecture, know what they're doing with it, and it's not going to be like, oh yeah, it's a launch title. We rushed it because we want it to be a launch title. I want them to take their time with this shit. But it has been announced, what, like 3 years ago already?
Yeah.
Something
Well, I have one counter for that, and I'm not worried about that at all. Because I think Xbox really did learn after the fiasco of the One launch. Phil Spencer, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the guy really is going to be fantastic for the launch of this new series. And for all I know, he'll fuck it up. They'll fire him and we'll get a new Phil. But, I mean, just like Sean Layden from Sony wasn't as personable, isn't as likable, doesn't seem as much of a gamer. Phil seems to... I think this generation of Xbox is going to be a whole lot better because of Phil.
Oh, easily. I mean, just look what he's done from when he's taken over
Yeah.
now.
He saved the One, wasn't able to, surpass Sony, but he fucking brought it back. And, I mean, they're bringing great things to it. I think that Xbox is going to come out the gate fucking swinging. We still haven't even heard from Sony if they're even showing up to E3 this year, because they skipped last year. I'm 95% sure they will, because it's still E3, and with the system announcement, they're probably going to show up. But
see, I don't think so, and the reason being is because you gotta remember last year they did their PlayStation, whatever it was called, like a month before E3.
I thought it was like 2 months after.
Well, whatever the case was, I just remember like they're doing their like state of play as opposed to doing E3 because apparently it's more cost effective. They can do things with it and they can do things on their terms. Pisses me off because I love E3 and yeah, I'm a fucking nerd. I love to watch all these press conferences.
I think they might skip like next year. I think they're gonna show up this year just because the consoles and they gotta get it's still the biggest crowd. Like, yeah, they had a great private fucking PlayStation Now experience or whatever, because Xbox did the same shit with like Gamescom. They went and showed more, but they'll probably do both. They'll probably do their state of play thing after E3. But I think they're gonna show up to E3 and be like, here's the system. Fuck you, Microsoft. And Phil's gonna be like, ha 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 ha, child.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really intrigued to see, because every console launch, there's always been jabs back and between all the console creators, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, all that. I'm really intrigued to see how, like, what is this machine going to offer that this one doesn't, but this one offers, but this one doesn't, and how they're going to go.
Both of them need to launch with mouse and keyboard functionality,
which apparently the Xbox is already.
Which will be fantastic, because, I mean, I'm going to get the Xbox. I'm still going to achievement hunt. I'm still going to play with my Xbox friends. I fucking love Microsoft. I'm not one of those PC master race bitches. I play my Xbox more than my PC. No, not in the slightest. Did you work with Van Meter?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No comment.
But I, like, going back and playing Overwatch or Siege with you is more difficult now, because I have gotten used to the mouse and keyboard and the reflex time and everything. And I would like to be able to just plug in my mouse and keyboard in my Xbox. We've got the fucking slots for it. Yeah. And I should be able to play like that. Sony needs to just fucking shut up, bite the bullet, and stop being a bitch. And all games, not just Call of Duty, all games need to launch cross-compatible.
Yeah.
I feel like where we're at now, that needs...
And that's not going to kill business. That's going to promote it. It's going to increase your online sales for both companies. Like... Because part of the reason I don't play with some of my friends is because I never turn on my PlayStation.
Yep.
Just cross-console compatibility for all games needs to be a thing. Especially if you're going to put MMOs on these things. Like, they put Neverwinter on there. They put ESO on there. Make it so I can play with everybody.
Yeah, because I had Final Fantasy 14 on PS4. And fuck me, playing an MMO with a controller? Jesus fucking Christ, is that the most painful experience I've ever had in my life.
I liked ESO. Like, it wasn't badly done on the controller, but those are probably my two biggest things, is that they both need to have mouse and keyboard functionality on all games, not just some, because I know that the one supposedly supports it on like 5 games or some shit. And cross-console compatibility to really usher in the next generation of gaming, especially for a new decade and everything. Like, those are two must-haves. And backwards compatibility. Full 100% backwards compatibility.
I want proper backwards compatibility. Like, Xbox are doing good because you can get a lot of Xbox 360 games, a few Xbox games. I want to step up. I want to see, for Sony, PS1, all the way up to PS4.
Rumor is for both of them that it's a full thing. Full backlog, full library, original Xbox 360 one, and the new one.
So does that mean that your back catalog just got big?
Oh, so much bigger. Look, we almost made it, and then you brought it up. You're the one that goes, can we go one podcast without mentioning your backlog? And you're the one who always brings it up.
And he does it. Cool.
No, I'm gonna make sure that people know about your backlog and how it never dwindled.
But the thing is, the backlog only counts for games that I own. So I don't own most of those games.
Says that.
Yeah. Well, because if the
I did just
moment
buy The
that
Witcher.
Yeah,
fucking
see?
backwards compatibility is announced, I'm gonna go online and I'm just gonna buy fucking like bundle packs of PS2 games that no one fucking wants anymore.
Oh, 100%. I still have so many PS2 games back there that I'm stoked. Like Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Holy shit. That game was fantastic. It's probably going to look and play like shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
That was the best Medal of Honor game they made. Better than a lot of the Call of Duties. Like Rising Sun was so fucking good.
All right, so I just want to put this out there, and I've numerous times before. I'm going to keep saying it, especially with the new Age of Gaming company, Konami. If you're listening to me,
They're not.
I know you're not. I know you're not. But just hear me out on this. Someone tag this. Someone put it on their page. Someone clip this. Do something. Konami.
We'll say it at the same time.
Well, hold on. I have a backstory to this. I have to explain my reasoning, and then we'll say it together.
Okay.
Look at me. We're gonna have a little chit chat right
I'm just going to play with my balls.
Damn it! Fuck!
So, Resident Evil has done a remaster of the first game. Has done a remaster of their second game. Is now coming out with a remaster.
We need a remaster of 5.
No, we don't. They have done remasters of 0 on the GameCube and the original Resident Evil as well. Silent fucking Hill.
Yeah, I'm on board with that because I've never played them, and I would love to play them.
See, I want to see a remake of Silent
Which
Hill
we've talked
1, 2,
about
and
numerous
3,
times, so.
and 4. Those are the 4 that are good.
Yes.
Anything after that, anything after Team Silent left,
Yep.
you know, that's what shit.
Honestly,
Bring
what I would
Team
like to
Silent
see
back.
for all of this, like, go ahead and remaster the shitty ones. To launch these new generation, fucking give us, like, the Silent Hill bundle. Give us every Silent Hill remastered. Even Downpour and Rain and all that.
All I'm saying is that I'm excited to see what Kojima's going to come with. Now, apparently, his next game is going to be a straight game with the Silent Hills key that we never got. That's what he's saying. So, I'll cry on the inside knowing that this should have been PT.
Which I could still play.
I can't, actually. I got rid of that PlayStation. That white one's gone.
I thought about it when I saw how much the fucking PlayStations with PT are going for. Like, my old phone still has Flappy Bird on it, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck, should I sell this?
But, no, man, I just Konami. Silent Hill 2. You know, we'll do 1. Everyone really wants 2.
Sucker Punch Productions. Sly
one
Cooper.
Let's talk about, like, who really remembers Sly Cooper compared to Silent Hill. Oh, wait.
I've never played a Silent Hill game in my life.
Yeah,
Never played a Silent Cooper game in my life.
Never played a Silent Cooper game in my life.
A Silent Cooper?
Silent Cooper? That's a crossover we need!
No, that's actually, that is a YouTube series that I want to somehow do. Like, us making the others play our favorite games that they've never done. So, like, I would sit Doom down and be like, you're going to play Sly 2. And I'd sit down and play Silent Hill 2 and all that shit. Like, it just, because we talk about them so much. We bring them up all the fucking time. And the other one is always like, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. So it'd be cool to...
You care about Silent Hill. We don't care about Sly, so...
I care about it because everybody won't shut the fuck up about it. I don't give a shit about it. I think it's going to suck.
Like,
but
a lot of people keep telling me that I need to play the original Tomb Raider games. Well, honestly, any Tomb Raider game. I just don't
you've never
give a
played
fuck.
Tomb Raider at all?
Never played Tomb Raider.
Dude,
I've got
the
Uncharted, I'm
reboot
fine.
series is really good.
Yeah, the reboot's great. My girlfriend actually is, like, in love with it.
I only
Like,
played the
she
first
loves
one.
them.
I haven't played Rise or Shadow.
We got both.
Oh,
we got all
wait,
3
fuck
of them,
me.
actually.
I played the first one for a little bit, and then I played Shadow, or was it Rise? Yeah, it was Rise of Tomb Raider. And I played that on a friend's console, but, like, I've never, like, played them.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
actually enjoy
They
them. Like,
are pretty good.
I watched her play, and they're just fun to watch, so... So
I got aggravated though because I got every collectible in the fucking game. I did everything to 100% it, and the achievement glitched out. Won't unlock. I have to rerun it, and I was like, I don't feel like doing that.
I'm seeing a trend here with you and your one unlocks and.
It's pissing me off.
Everything.
I'm an angry man. What can I say? My dad's 6'5". I'm 5'7". I got robbed.
Well, you're gonna get robbed here in a minute when we go on to hit.
When we go on to what? Oh. Yeah, we are about to play some Halo because Chrono's bitch ass here is about to go to work.
Well,
But
I wanted to ask one last thing. Okay, so where the
and with
fuck
that,
do
guys, thank you so much
live?
for watching. Okay,
You
what?
son of a bitch! No, where do you guys live? Because like, I don't actually know.
I live in
Hell,
North
I live in
Carolina.
hell.
Hell, Canada. What?
What? Yeah, no, totally. Right, so you guys have what, like 3 fucking countries down there, really, in Australia? It's just Australian.
7. We got 7 states. We got
7 states. Wow, you guys have states. Okay. Like, Canada has territories. We have 50 states. Doom and I live adjacent to each other. I'm on top of him. So
you're the dom.
No,
Yes.
no. I'm a power bottom.
No, I'm the
Cow
dumb.
bottom.
We used to live together in South Carolina. You're gonna have to look up a map because I'm saying the names and you don't fucking know where they
No,
are.
that's right. I sort of know.
But
It's the lower East Coast.
yeah, and then I moved up to North Carolina, which is still lower East Coast, pretty much,
And I'm originally from Jersey.
which is high up East Coast, and I'm originally from Colorado, which is out Midwest.
So I missed the North, and coming down south is like a culture shock. And even though I've been down here 10 years now, something like that.
It
Yeah, about
sucks.
10
The
years.
South sucks. There's nothing good in the South.
Well, see, now you say that, and I don't mind the South. It's just how I grow up and how I've grown up and how I was raised is very different from the North compared to the South. So even now, I still am like ingrained with my Northern side, and it's not a Southern thing. Like I'll give you an example. Like when I first moved down here, so we live in what's called the Bible Belt. So Bible thumping, hell, Jesus loves you. He wants you to be happy. Oh, we love the Lord. Church on Wednesdays and Sundays. You're gonna get the Lord all up in you.
So exactly opposite to what I am.
Yeah, exact same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
So when I first moved down here, so up north, everyone's a lot more like lenient with cursing and saying certain words and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, of course, have respect, be respectful, try to watch your language and how you say things.
I wish I could talk to my tables how I want. Welcome to my restaurant, cunts.
Yeah.
Just deadpan it, cunts. So when I first moved down here, I was in high school, my last year of high school, and I forgot what it was. I got asked a question. I gave the wrong answer. Go figure, right? Because I'm smart. And I said, God damn it. So down south, I didn't know this. God damn it is like the mother of all curse words. They don't even say God damn it. You have to say like GD or gosh darn it or gosh dang it or something like that. You can't say God damn it because you're taking the Lord's name in vain.
I've got a Bible thumping friend who every time I said it would be like, "Hey, watch the GD."
Yeah. So I didn't realize this.
Tanner.
Unless like I just first moved down here. So all of a sudden, like I got asked a question and I said, God damn it. And like everyone turned and looked at me like I just like fucked the Lord with a big wooden dildo. Like everyone just like gave me the look. I'm just kind of looking back. I'm like, fuck? Like, he's like, you can't say that. I'm like, say what? Like, what did I say? You can't say that word. I'm thinking like I said like fuck, shit, or something like that. It slipped out. It's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what did I say? She's like, you can't say GD. Like, I'm thinking I was like, GD. God damn it, I can't say God damn it. So I said it 2 more times. Right
Why
there.
the
Like,
fuck not?
yes. It's like, no, you can't say that. You're taking the Lord's name in vain. I'm like, oh.
Dude, you can't say
Like,
fucking
it
school.
clicked.
Because
Yeah, exactly how it was too. Like, and then it clicked, and then I was like, but you say gosh dang it and gosh darn it all the time. Yeah, but that's not GD. I was like, you mean to tell me Big Guns upstairs doesn't know the difference between gosh darn it and gosh dang it and god damn it? It's the same fucking word. You're just switching them around. You're like, no, it's not. I'm like,
Hail Satan.
I was gonna ask, like, when I eventually come to the States, which one of you guys am I staying with? I think I've made my choice because I'm fucked if I go to your place, dude. Honestly.
Dude, I've got.
Depends on when you come here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here's my thing. We live about 2.5 hours away, right? 3.
Closer to 3.5, depending on traffic.
Oh well, I can cut that down. I'll make it 2.
Oh, I cut it down. I'm just saying what the GPS will tell you when you type in my address is 3.5 hours, and I'm usually there in like 2:45.
I got 2 bedrooms at the house. You're more than welcome to them. I don't know what his situation is yet, but wherever you wind up going, we are fucking partying.
Oh
one
yeah,
way or another.
because
definitely.
honestly, it'd probably be easier just to put him down with you because Wolf's down there too.
Yeah. So there you go. So you're coming to me, fucker.
All right. I
And
just
I'll
gotta
just make
avoid
the
saying,
drive
God
down.
damn it.
No,
Fuck
no,
it.
like
We
honestly,
don't give a
here's the
shit.
thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Since you're from Australia, you'll be like, "Oh, it's okay. He doesn't know any better. He's one of them fucking heathens from the other side of the planet. He's a damn savage. He doesn't know shit."
I just go, Mom, sorry about that, John goes. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't mean to say something like that. You silly gosh darn it.
All I'm saying
okay.
is your accent alone is gonna get you like away with so much shit. Because for a short amount of time, my accent got me away with a lot of stuff too. It's like, oh, he's from up north. He's from New Jersey or New York. It doesn't matter. Let him go. And then as they start to get to know me, like, oh wait, he's staying here. He's gotta chill out.
Yeah.
I get called out all the time. I'll just be talking to my tables, and they're like, "You're not from here." What the fuck gave it away? I don't
Yeah.
say y'all, and I don't say
Nope, I don't.
ain't. Because out in the Midwest, and I'm like, what gave it away? My accent? And they go, your complete lack of one. Like, I don't have a northern accent. I don't have a southern accent. Like, I'm from the Midwest where we just talk. So I sound really weird down in South Carolina. I sound really weird up here, too, because everybody's still fucking talking out the side of their goddamn mouth.
The funny part is, like, I try to hide my northern accent as much as I can. I try to not let it, seep through. But there's certain words I can't not have my accent. Like, there's certain words, and you'll figure them out if you just listen. But if you get me in a car and I have road rage, oh, that accent is just like, I start talking faster, swears are coming, and my northern accent is so fucking thick, it's ridiculous. But you wouldn't be able to tell unless you hear certain words. Like, trying to think, like, chocolate is one.
Chocolate. Yeah, it's
Chocolate.
It's chocolate.
Yeah,
It's
chocolate.
chocolate.
Hot
Yes,
dog.
Chocolate.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Ah, fuck! This is
Yeah.
awesome. Yes.
It's
hold on.
really weird just hearing 3 different accents say these words.
Fire truck.
Fire truck.
Fire truck. Fire
Fire truck.
truck. Oh man.
But like when I start talking faster and get more excited, like every word will be tinged with it, and it won't go away. So
Like
like
sort of like go like, oh, you stupid motherfucker, you cut me
Yeah.
off, or some shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm
Just-
walking in!
No one says that. Fuck you, pal.
Fuck
Go
you.
back to Rocky Mountain, piece of shit. No, but no, like this
Wait.
motherfucker comes over here and doing this shit. Fuck you, pal. What the fuck is your problem? And it's right there. It doesn't. Like at work, it's funny as shit. Like, because I work with inmates, and if they piss me off enough, the New York comes out, the Jersey comes out, and it's funny as hell because they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, we didn't realize you were from up north." Like, yeah,
Now you fucking scared, motherfucker.
yeah, I know where the fuck you live. I'll take your goddamn kneecaps out, you son of a bitch. Come on, fucking step up. And
See, if I said that to you, it's like, mate, I'm gonna fucking take your kneecaps. It's not scary. It's like, you sound cute.
yeah, exactly. My thing is like, you motherfuckers are crazy because like everything in Australia can kill you. So like, what am I gonna
Yeah.
do that's gonna scare you? Like, you're like, yeah, bring it on, mate.
Yeah.
What the fuck you got?
Well, come on, mate. You fucking drongo. I'll fucking kick your ass, cunt.
All I fucking need is my thumb, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna stick it up your ass and work it like
Steve Irwin taught them all well.
a. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's God down there. That is the religion. It's just Steve Irwin.
Mm. Steve Irwin,
Irwinism.
yeah.
It's not Darwinism. It's Irwinism.
Yep.
You know, I honestly can't wait to like go to you guys. Like, I need to just save up money. I'm deciding if it's gonna be, cause me and Harley, we want to go to Hawaii, this year. But I really want to come see you
Skip
guys
Hawaii.
at some point.
There's nothing in Hawaii.
Hmm?
Skip Hawaii.
It's because of the fact that like Harley says it's all the best parts of America, but safe. So,
No, that is a fucking lie. What?
yeah,
Someone's been misinformed.
We live here.
well,
We
she's
can tell
British, So,
Just
She's
watch
British,
Dog
so-
the Bounty Hunter. Just watch Dog the Bounty Hunter. Tells you everything.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
right.
safest place to go in the country is just a fucking island of active volcanoes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I really want to come to the States. Like, I would move there if you guys had better healthcare. If I could, because like my heart condition has me fucking stranded on this country.
I could adopt you.
Canada.
I've got good healthcare. I could adopt you.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Canada.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. I'm
Fucking
21.
grandpa.
So if you could have adopted me, I mean, can we do it? Can we classify
You know what?
it?
We're gonna start looking into this on the next Oddcast. I will have a solid answer.
Yeah, straight up do it. And then we'll have to
Before we
decide-
end, because the time
Yeah.
is coming, all I'm going to say, because we're not going to delve into spoilers, because I have not finished it, and you haven't started one of them. Mandalorian, incredible. Go watch it. Even better than The Mandalorian is The Witcher. Fucking
Well,
fantastic. Go watch
I'm not gonna go that far that it's better because they're two completely different areas. They are both excellent in their own rights. And the reason why I say that, no spoilers, you have to watch the last episode of The Mandalorian. You have to, and it might skew you a little bit.
I'm probably going to watch it tomorrow.
You need to. Like, no bullshit, watch it. And something's gonna happen, and you're like, hold on, and then you're gonna look into it, and you're like, hold on, and then you're gonna feel. That's all I'm gonna say.
I am incredibly aggravated, though, that we have to wait fucking 2 years for Season 2 of The Witcher.
Well, 2 years.
It's not coming out till, end of 2021.
Quick.
2 years.
It better be fucking at least 16 episodes. None of this 8-episode testing the waters bullshit. Give me a real season.
Yeah, usually they do.
But Henry Cavill's incredible as Geralt.
I
'Cause when
remember
they first
people
cast
thought
him, I
that
was like,
casting was so. Yeah, exactly. People thought the casting was a bad decision. Like, really, Superman?
he does
You kidding?
so
And then when they showed
well.
When they showed not set photos, but they showed like actual photos from the show, I'm like, okay, he's got the look, he does, but I don't know, I'm still a bit iffy on it.
He
And
does
then,
really well with the
when
voice.
trailer,
Yeah, the voice
I've
actually.
heard.
He does
'Cause,
really well with it. And what made it
that's-
great is he's a really big Witcher fan. Like, he was trying to be
Exactly.
Geralt before it got greenlit. He's like, we need to turn
exactly.
this into a show. And then he heard Netflix did it. And he had his, because he did so many interviews for The Witcher and everything. And I was watching them because I was bored because I needed more Witcher. And he had his fucking manager calling them every day. And they were like, dude, we don't have a writer yet. We don't have a script. We don't have... All we got was a green light. There is nothing to it. And he goes, I want to do it. I want to do it. I need to be Geralt.
Yeah.
Let me do it. And he auditioned and they gave it to him. And it's such a good part.
Yeah,
I'm
he
keen.
nailed it.
I'm keen to watch it. Cause,
It made me get the game.
Like,
Like, I'm incredibly excited to actually play The Witcher now.
Funny.
yeah, because
I was gonna say,
sorry,
just like everyone that like fucking has watched the show, everyone on my friends list, I just see Witcher. The game's got a resurgence again, so I was like, all right, word.
yeah, like
It'll
literally,
beat
I
out
picked up
Fortnite
Witcher
next
3
year for best
yesterday.
continuous game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, because it's got more players now than it did when it came out.
Mhm.
The Witcher 3. And because I bought it yesterday, because I bought the complete edition, because I'm like, yeah, Game Pass has it for free, but the complete edition's $23 at the moment, and then I can get all the DLCs as well. So fuck it, I'm doing it.
That's
because
what I did.
actually bought The Witcher 3 again recently on PS4, but I sold it because of the fact it wasn't the complete edition, it was the regular edition. I'm like, man, I need to have the complete edition, so I'm like, I'll sell it and I'll buy it again soon, because I have it on PC, but my PC can't run it anymore because of the fact that, my PC shit.
You don't have
And
a
then
PC,
I was like,
you
you
have
know
a
what?
laptop.
Fuck it. A laptop, yes. And so I said, fuck it, I'm getting it. It's on Xbox, and I downloaded it. And I'm like, I'm gonna watch the show, and it's gonna make me go, sorry, I gotta play this. Because,
Yeah,
like, Harley
instantly.
watches me play games. At the moment, she's loving Sea of Thieves. She's like, yeah, this is so cool. I love what you can do in it. And she got me to play Subnautica as well, because she actually
really
knows
wanna
a bit
play
of
that.
Subnautica. Oh, dude, it's fucking scary. Oh, fucking scary, dude. Like, I know it's not supposed to be, but fuck me, underwater scares me. Like,
Yep.
I have a fear of underwater
Wait,
and
you
giant things.
You getting fucked underwater scares you?
Straight up. Straight up. Like, if I'm getting dicked, it's great. But if I'm getting dicked underwater,
Nope, can't do it. Won't do it.
no. I've heard that if you get dicked underwater, you can get pregnant easier. So I'm staying away from that. But no, seriously, Subnautica scared the fuck out of me because, it's basically Minecraft in the ocean in a certain sense. No, more like Rust in the ocean type deal. But the sea creatures and stuff that chase you and shit like that, like, I remember I was like, oh, I want to go into this, like, I want to go near this big ship that's sort of crashed. And you get to it, the closer and closer you get, the ocean floor just disappears and it's nothingness. And then you just hear, like, a... And you're like, what the fuck was that? And you turn around and you see this thing going... And you're like, fuck! And you just... Oh fuck! I actually had to stop the game. I haven't played it in like a few days because I'm like, nah, too
So
fucked.
I got
But,
it downloaded and I want to try it out. Yeah.
I
I
found
yeah,
out.
it's free on Game Pass.
I
that's
want
fine.
to play it. I found a really interesting bug glitch, or they did it on purpose. So, a lot of games will come out with complete editions or, Game of the Year edition or whatever. The Witcher Game of the Year edition is an entirely separate entity from The Witcher 3. Like, I have achievements unlocked in Witcher 3 from when I played it for like 2 hours. And when I downloaded the Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition, I was like going to look at it and, start achievement hunting, and they're like 0 gamer score, 0 unlocked. And I was like, what? It is two entirely separate games.
Yeah, it's because that version actually adds things that weren't in the original. So basically what happens is that if you buy a game as not the complete edition, and then you get the DLCs come under their own trophies. So DLCs have their own trophies. Like, happened with me with Spider-Man, happened with me with Assassin's Creed Origins. Basically, the DLC shows up. Once you get a complete edition, it's all rolled into one, and it just restarted.
But there are complete editions on Xbox where it'll still count as, the original or with all the DLC or a Game of the Year edition. Like, The Witcher is the only one that I've seen do this, where it went into 2 separate entities.
It's because the complete edition and the Game of the Year edition. I don't know why they did both. I'm pretty sure the Game of the Year edition came out before the complete edition, because they only had one of the DLCs out for the Game of the Year edition, which I'm pretty sure was
I just bought the Game of the Year edition though, and it's got all the DLCs, like the Blood and Wine, the Heart. I don't fucking
Heart of
remember.
Stone.
Yeah.
Weird. Well, anyway, I got the complete edition. It's got the same shit anyway, so I mean, if it works, it works. But yeah.
But with all that, go watch The Witcher. Go watch Mandalorian. Chrono will probably be dead next week again. And
I'm gonna try and be here. I will.
So much for watching. Any outward statements, gentlemen?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
In a serious note, I hope I do get to come to the States sometime so we can actually do shit in real life. Like, it's gonna be so fucking surreal.
We're just gonna end up laying around the house drinking.
Disembodied. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's gonna be weird because we're gonna see what we all look like in person.
I'm gonna be fucking angry being the shortest one there. Well, tied with Doom.
No, we're not fucking tied. I am taller than you, son of a bitch.
You're not taller than me!
We did this at my house the last time.
No, we did not!
When you ate shit in my hallway. When you
Laura, get in here!
Oh, she's playing Halo, so she's in this.
I don't remember doing it.
How high are you?
How high? No, it's fine. How are you?
Depends on...
Fucking 420.
Blaze it, man. Split.
Blaze.
I'm like 5'7.5".
5'7"? Okay, so I'm gonna be the tallest out of you guys.
Depends on how tall you are. Wolf's pretty tall.
Wolf's
I'm
not
6 foot.
Tall.
Wolf's 6 foot.
Oh shit! It's like, oh, this is gonna get interesting.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be a level plane and then a higher level plane.
Yeah. Plateau to plateau.
Yeah.
But I'm keen to just chill out with you guys, drink, play some fucking couch co-op games, just fucking get lit, eat pizza. I'm like, because I in a weird way, like, I've got friends in Australia, but they all fucking suck. Like, in a tragic way, like one of them literally, one of them will be like, hey, wanna hang out? I'm like, we haven't hung out in 6 months. Where is this coming from? And we'll literally have falling outs all the time. And then one of them, he's just too busy. He's a great mate, but he's always too busy, and he doesn't he can't chill. And when you do eventually chill, he's there for like 5 minutes. So it's like, all right. But like, you guys are like my closest friends at the moment, so it's gonna actually be good to meet you guys in person and chill properly.
So.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. If that's the case, fucking keep a job, save your money. Get over here.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save it.
I am like half tempted to start like putting a little savings fund for you and just like Venmo you the fucking like. All right, there you go.
Dude, the fucking airfare from Australia to the States is stupid.
Well, because of the fact that the Tokyo Olympic Games are on next year, it's gonna be so fucking cheap to get to you guys because all the flights will be going to fucking Tokyo. So honestly, if I save up enough, like, because I'm gonna save up flight money, and then I'm gonna save up spending money, because the biggest issue is fucking is hotels and stuff. But if I'm staying with you guys,
you don't need a hotel. It saves you hundreds of bucks. We'll just make you buy food.
Yeah, it's like your shout. I'm like, dude, I've got like 6. I got what do you guys have? Pennies? I got 6 pennies left.
There you go. We got you.
Yeah. It's like
But
my
yeah,
shout.
this needs to happen. This definitely needs to happen.
I'm keen as fuck. Honestly.
Soon.
Soon. Yeah, if I can get it done by this year, I fucking will.
Yo, we gonna get fucked up.
Gonna get fucked up.
We already did.
Oh, yeah. The last legit hangover I had was, and
Yeah. Doom and I got pretty fucked up.
yeah.
No, I'm actually like I am legitimately keen to come see you guys, and because you guys will be able to fucking show me shit in the States too.
There's nothing in the South.
No, exactly. And actually,
You're gonna show up and we're gonna be like, you should have gone about 800 miles that way.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it'll be good. But and also Harley's grandfather lives in New York, so even if like if Harley does come along with, you know, if we want our time, she could honestly probably get a flight to New York and stay with her grandfather for a few days or whatnot.
Yeah, dude, New York is awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I would say don't miss that shit. Go to New York too. Like if you
Go to
go
New
to the city, dude, the city is fucking great. I love this.
Yeah, we'd be
New
going
York
to the
City is a
Well,
cool ass fucking place to go.
Yeah.
because we'll have places to
Where
stay.
you go.
Yeah. No, that's not a problem.
So-
We just gotta get you fucking over here, and then make
Yeah,
sure you lose
if-
your passport so you can never fly back home. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I'll just marry one of you guys and then we'll stick.
Yes,
nose goes, not taking it.
I will take that hit. I will join that club. I will domestic partner the shit out of you.
Let me call Laura. He's not willing to marry you, but he's gonna marry Chrono.
It's gonna have to be an open thing because actually Laura can marry Harley. Boom. There we go. We've got it.
Victory. Loopholes everywhere.
Victory.
Gangbang.
We've got it. Winner. We got
This-
it.
And that is how you end a podcast.
It is.